the water strider. That's a water strider. Floats around on the surface of the water. And its legs stick out at basically 60 degrees. And it forms a hexagon shape, which might be linked to the hexagonal nature of the carbon molecule, as it is a carbon-based life form. This one reduces 9487, which is the square root of 0.9, so it's 0.9 ratio, and that is consistent with their assigning 0.9 ratio to hexagonal shapes. With the pen tool, I'm going to draw a line. And to measure these 60 degrees, it's very accurate. It's very accurate. Have a look at these curves that are kind of on the outside of the X, and they don't look like the water strider's legs. And that reminded me of something, which was the red rectangle planetary nebula. And I have it here. I have a hexagon on it. Just to give you an idea of where we're going, I'll start with a pen tool here. And rotate that by 60 degrees. And now it comes up off center because the original one not very centered. But that's 60 degrees there. And the next one, 30 to this radial here. Well, it's an axis, isn't it? Goes all the way through. So put that there. And that's picking up the inside of the butterfly. That line of the butterfly. And if I come another 60 degrees around the circle, and pick up the other side of that butterfly. And they're all reasonably centered. So those are hexagonal degrees, multiples of degrees. That one there will be 90. So that one there. Looking at it, you almost think if it was a hexagonal shape, that maybe one sector of the field has disappeared and it's kind of collapsed onto these major radials, and all that's left of the original sector is this. So there's a transition between sectors, because those two there were at 60 degrees and these two there, and they're at right angles to each other. So it's an incredible geometric design. And even if that crop circle doesn't relate to the red rectangle nebula, at least we see that there is a geometry in the cosmological objects that we're observing. And note the butterfly in the center, and the butterfly at the center of the Red Square Nebula. And we're seeing these in infrared imaging. So it's heat imaging, and the heat is the signature of the energy. So the heat signature is the energy. It's the energy that's driving the heat. So these are structures that are contained within the energy. And I have a sneaking suspicion that as we see more of the universe with this kind of imaging, then the shapes and patterns that we see in the crop circles will become a little bit more familiar to our eye. Yeah, well, I had actually finished that movie on the Red Square Nebula and the Red Rectangle Nebula, and now this one has come down or appeared in a field, and well, you're going to have a 60 degrees between these two axes here, and from that one there rotating around there is going to be 30 degrees. So it's the same degrees, and that's how we thought that the red rectangle nebula was rectangular, when in actual fact it is derived from the radials, from the axis of a hexagon. And there was something there. Look at that, there's the print, just the ghost, the remnants of something that was there. That sector was a 6 lead design, now to 4. So you got to think that's the Red Square Nebula, and it does seem to fit very nicely into the narrative